Take us back to love then.
So I want to give an example that's actually a true example of some people I know, but I've seen it 100 times. We'll call them Jack and Jill. They've been married for 10 years. They don't really desire each other much anymore. They're friends, but there's no real sexual chemistry. And then Jack has an affair with Snow White. And this affair gets found out very quickly. Now, on the surface, Jill is very upset. Jack feels really guilty. And they decide to break up. They decide to walk away. Now, Jack wants to be with Snow White, but he can't be with Snow White because he's married. So what you would expect, if you were an alien from outer space and you looked at this, you'd go, all right, it's over, right? They both can be independent. Jill can go off and find somebody. Jack can do his own thing. And sure enough, that's what's going to happen. But then it doesn't. A week later, Jack and Jill are sleeping together, and Snow White's nowhere to be seen. So what's going on, okay? Well, it's interesting because for Jack, the objective desire is Snow White. That's what he wants. I want Snow White. But the object cause of desire, that which makes it impossible, is his wife, Jill. He can't because of her. So he's always saying to Snow White, it's an impossible relationship, but if I could, I would be with you. As soon as the object cause is taken away and he can have what he wants, well, he no longer wants it. Now, for Jill, it's slightly different. For Jill now, the object of desire is Jack. She starts to desire him again. And the object cause of desire, the obstacle, is Snow White. She is stealing away her husband and her husband's desire. So while on a conscious level, an alien would go, it's obviously logical that Jack and Jill are going to split up and Jack is going to go out with Snow White. At the level of desire, Jack and Jill have never been more desirous of each other, and Snow White is off the scene entirely. Now, at first that can be bizarre. Why is that happening? But it's because, in a sense, what we think we want is satisfaction. Jack just wants to be with Snow White. That will satisfy me. But what they really want is their desire evoked. What they really want is the struggle and the intensity and the need. And that's what this affair generates. But the problem is this: it hurts everybody.
There's blood everywhere.
Yes.
Everybody's heart gets broken.
Yeah, so it's weird because in psychoanalysis, it's called jouissance, which is kind of a technical term for jouissance, yeah, for painful pleasure. It's a traumatic pleasure. The person who is gambling, they get a pleasure from losing. Now, not consciously, they don't think so. They think they're getting a pleasure from the win. But actually, just like a sports fan, if your team wins all the time, the desire goes. Even if your team wins all the time, you're immediately thinking about how they might lose in the next game, right? So at a strange level, there is a satisfaction happening, but it is a painful, destructive satisfaction. This brings us to Christianity, interestingly. This is partly why I'm a Christian, funnily enough. And not because of any belief. People think Christianity is about belief in God or belief about the world, that kind of stuff. But I would say Christianity is the lived experience of the object of desire and the object cause of desire being found in the same place, right?
It's funny because when you said, I'm a Christian, I was like, there's no way you're not going to add some explanation that will just be like,
yeah.
So say that again.
Okay, so let's take the crucifixion.
Okay.
Right? So in the biblical times, the object of desire was God, right? People wanted God. Now today it might be a Ferrari. Might be money, might be whatever, but in that time it's God, right? And the obstacle to God was Jesus, right? The problem was Christ. We have to crucify him, get rid of him. He's a false Messiah. He's getting in the way of God. Crucify Christ, get back to God. And then Christianity does an ingenious move. It says the object of desire is the object cause of desire. God is Jesus. Now, this is all very technical, but it means, technically speaking, Christianity is the experience of getting the object of your desire in the impossibility of getting it.
Okay, keep going.
Right.
Because for most people, there's the thing in the way.
Yes.
And you are saying, no, the thing that you want is actually hiding, is present, in the obstacle?
Yeah, it's like that life, the pleasure of life, the engagement with life is in the struggle and in the not getting itself. And the problem with our current worldview, our current political worldviews, is that we think that that the satisfaction, the wholeness and completeness comes from getting the object of our desire and getting rid of the struggle. But in Christianity, you have this ingenious idea that no, in the very struggle of life, you touch the absolute. The absolute, the satisfaction and joy is found in dissatisfaction and struggle, and actually fighting for the good and engaging with life. So in terms of relationships, it's when you have a relationship where you don't have the other person. Like there's always obstacles. You're getting to know them better. There's things, there's struggles, and realizing that that's where the enjoyment of the relationship is. So for my friend Jack and Jill in Snow White, the object of desire and the object cause of desire were in two different locations.
Yes.
But love, I think in its robust sense, is where you can bring those two things together. In the one person. That, and strangely, here, put it like this, when you love somebody, they are someone who's like a universe still to explore. Like in Doctor Who, they have the TARDIS. And the TARDIS is a time machine that the Doctor travels around. And the TARDIS on the outside is just a small box. But on the inside, it has infinite dimensions. And that is a beautiful analogy of human subjectivity. The person you love is a fleshly frame that you can walk around. They're tiny, right? But they open up to an inner world that is infinite. Mm-hmm. And love, in a sense, enjoys the fact that you don't have the other. The other is a universe to explore. And the fact that you don't know them completely and that you have to explore them for the rest of your life and discover new regions of their being is actually what it means to know someone and to be with them and to love them.